fish coming in right there.
Yeah, that's a 15-pounder there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So, go ahead, Brian. Get on.
Carp are such a predatory fish, and that's why I like to chase them. They're very big eyes, they're very big noses, very big lateral lines, and a brain the size of a walnut. For a fish, majority of the fish population, especially in the freshwater, are generally small-brained. But the carp, for some reason, has been blessed with a brain a little bit smaller than a tennis ball. Every now and then you get an opportunity to fish the carp in a slough with a really high bank or some higher features or just big terrain around the edges. It's always nice to have an extra set of eyes looking in and kind of pinpointing fish, especially if the water's murky. Tracy's really great at pointing fish and seeing fish and giving left and right and a little bit longer line, especially in low light and you don't have the pristine visibility of seeing them yourself at a low angle. It's always nice to have another angler looking in and kind of having your back when it comes to getting your shots in for the carp.
Okay, you're coming to one right now. He's a little bit upstream of where the end of your line is right now. Let it swing. Now strip, real slow. Ooh, ooh, there he is, yes, yes!
I generally try to fish a 9'7" weight or even a 9'8" weight. There's a few rods on the market now that are one-piece 8 weights that sound like they're the next thing for carp fishing. Carp, as you watch and you can start to see different colors of carp. You start to see the gold, the black, the bronze.
Ooh, big gold one, dude.
And every now and then in the mix of 10 or 12 that come up in the foam, you see one that's really the quintessential carp. It's 5 pounds bigger than the rest of them. It's just a mammoth compared to the already big carp that you see and that you witness that are rising.
Don't touch the tape, Todd.
Okay.
It's hot.
Yeah. Yeah, don't get it on your back cast either. It'll burn right through your line. Longer cast, right there. Drop it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Slow your retrieve down a little bit. This is the exciting part about these things are tough. See these. There's 2 more. I mean, we should have 50 fish right here.
When you see the fish rising and you get an opportunity to get a shot, There's a lot of anxiety because you know that, as with most fishing that you do on top water, whether it's for the trout or whether it's for the carp, a lot depends on really good fly placement. You work and you work and you work and you get into position. You finally thread that fly right where it needs to go. The fish swims over, you watch him, he's eating 1, he's eating 2, he's eating 3, and then number 4 is you. And you see that head come up, and as a trout fisherman, sometimes you get a little anxious when you see that head. That's always been the cue, but the carp are so funny. They suck their food in, and it usually takes 1 or 2 pulls with them to get the fly far enough back in. And sometimes we fish a lot of foam, and the foam gets pushed by the carp, and you'll watch the fish bump it with his nose, and those times are really hard as an angler to lay off of as far as the hook set goes, because you're entrained to make that hook set, but you really have to linger that extra second, extra 2 seconds sometimes to really get the fly into the lips of the carp.
They're moving all around my feet.
Serious?
Serious.
A lot of the times you get an opportunity to fish from a boat, and whether you're just in a standard drift boat or you're in a jet sled, you get an opportunity to float down the river and be part of the system as well. I like the ability to station up and wait for the fish or check different foam holes, because sometimes you float down the river and you'll see different areas that have fish in them and you'll see areas that don't, and it's nice to be able to have the mobility to jump around. It's not really a species that is well done with the wade angler. The boat really provides the transportation and the ways and means to get to the places where the carp like to hang out.
Fish coming in right there.
1, 2, 3, 4,
So
5.
go ahead, Brian. Get on it.
At the end of the day, the carp are really a magnificent fish. And you watch them in their own environment in such a big, beautiful river system. They're not everybody's cup of tea, but you know what? When you really start to spend more time with them, you really start to get an appreciation for what they are and what they do and where they live.
Nice job.
Just putting it in front of one of them that's going to hoover it, you know.
For the anglers that come during the peak heat in the summer, sometimes the alternative for carp is really appealing. They're big, strong pulling fish. They're just as worthy as any trout or any other fish that you chase.
If you say the W word and it comes, then we're putting you in.